Real Talk Boxing back at you again. Decided to do a quick live stream, and I don't expect many people. If you show up, announce yourself, man. And already, thank you for coming in and kicking it with your boy Real Talk. I'm gonna wait till I see at least one person, and then I'm gonna start. So hopefully, I have at least one person show up. I'm about 10 minutes early, so it is what it is. Um, had a blessed day. What's going on, Israel? Miss Arlette in the house. What's going on, Miss New York? That's my homie right there, y'all. That's my sister. Who else up in the house? We're gonna do a live stream and talk. What's up, Blood Corpse? What's good? This live stream today is about Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao and about his retirement. Um, a Ron in the house. And my question is, he one of the greatest fighters that ever lived? Should he go down as one of the greatest? And when I talk about the greatest, I mean Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Ali, you know, fighters of that caliber. Should he go down as one of the greatest? Well, first off, okay, I'm going to probably spend about 20 minutes talking about Manny Pacquiao, and then I'm going to go to the comments and see what everybody's talking about. And then after that, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You have any questions or whatever, we can do that. Or if you want to keep your Manny Pacquiao and, let me know what you agree or disagree with what I'm saying about Manny Pacquiao, then so be it. You know how it is at Real Talk Boxing. We talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. Shoot in the house. What's good? Let's talk about Manny, man. First of all, Manny Pacquiao not only was a great boxer, but a great person. He comes from nothing, like literally nothing. The slums, poverty, like complete and utter gutter is where Manny Pacquiao comes from, man. General City Santos, I believe it is. At the age of 14, Manny Pacquiao ran away from home. Now, there's been a couple of reasons, rumors of why he ran away from home. One of the rumors were that his father killed and ate his dog, man. Killed and ate his dog, and that supposedly led him to run away from home. That's crazy. Kind of reminded me of Roy Jones and his departure from his father. Roy Jones was really, really heavy into pit bulls, and one of his favorite dogs, messed around and snapped at one of his younger siblings, and Roy Jones' dad went and got a pistol and put that dog down, man, and Roy was out after that. So that's the first thing that popped into my mind when I heard about why Manny Pacquiao supposedly ran away from home. He ran away from home at 14 and went to Manila to continue a boxing career. He found a gym. They took a liking to him. The kid wasn't eating, like he should be eating. Manny Pacquiao wasn't getting 3 meals a day. He was sleeping in the gym, sometimes outside in the streets. But I mean, he had a passion. He had a passion, and he had the drive to want to become a world champion boxer, man. And he kept training and got better. And at the age of 16, not 18, 16 years old, he made his professional debut. I believe it was July 1995. The kid was fighting at 105 weight class. He lied about his age, said that he was 18, he was actually 16, but when I saw the footage, it looked like Manny Pacquiao was 13 years old. All right, the weight limit was 105. He actually weighed 7 pounds under the weight limit. He was 198 pounds. Wasn't even 100 pounds. And was a child, a teenage adolescent. Not even 100 pounds. My daughter's 100 pounds, easy. And she's 9 years old. My daughter eat, though. She was eating, I guarantee you she eat a whole lot better than what Pacquiao was eating at that time. But 16-year-old baby jumping in the ring to fight grown men. Started piling up wins, man. See, here's the thing. At 16, I wasn't getting in the ring with nobody. I didn't even want to have any type of confrontation with anybody at the age of 16. And this dude was stepping in a professional boxing ring, sanctioned bout at 16. Manny Pacquiao had no fear. See, when you come from nothing, there's not a lot of fear in your heart because you've seen it all. You've seen it all. You've starved. You slept outside. You ain't got no money. You barely got clothes to go on your back. You ain't got no fear. And I believe that's why Manny Pacquiao stepped in the ring at the age of 16 years old. I mean, he had to have some money. He had to have some bread. His first fight, I think he made $23. 23. Now, Manny Pacquiao went on to pile up some wins, and he started making a name for himself in the Philippines. And at the age of 18, he got his first title shot. Well, hold on. Before that, he messed around and got knocked out because when he started piling up those wins, he started making a little bit of bread, just a little bit of bread, and he started eating regular meals. And then, the weight started going up. And he faced one guy, I can't remember who it was, but he knocked Manny Pacquiao spark out. And this was before his title shot. And here's one thing I can say amongst many of things I can say about Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is a rare fighter. Manny Pacquiao can be defeated and still get up and train like he ain't never been beat. And still go in and fight as hungry as he did before he got beat. He is one of those rare professional boxers that's still a superstar no matter how many losses he has on his record. Manny Pacquiao has 8 losses on his record. 8. And has always been a superstar. Now, you don't hear about that unless we're talking about the UFC. UFC superstars have a mountain load of losses on their record, but they still are loved by the fans. And Manny Pacquiao is one of those rare occasions, much like Muhammad Ali. He had a handful of losses on his record too, but people still loved him, or they loved to hate him, one or the other. But when Manny Pacquiao got defeated, he continued to fight. Manny Pacquiao had been knocked out a handful of times and been beat a handful of times, and he just never lost that hunger. Never. So he came back after that, fought his way back up, and then he fought an undefeated fighter. Don't remember his name, but he was 33-0. And he held, I believe, an international WBC title. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. At the age of 18, he fought for that title. 18, y'all. Now, we hear about fighters like Mike Tyson who won a title at 20. Muhammad Ali, 21, I believe he was, when he won his title. We talking about 18, not even a grown man yet. Well, you could say he's an adult, but he ain't buying no cigarettes, he ain't buying no alcohol. He's still an adolescent. He's still a child. And he got in there against a champion who was 33-0 and got that dude out of there at 18. He was a world champion at 18. Now, why Manny Pacquiao wasn't being talked about at that time, like Mike Tyson, is a mystery to me. Maybe because, he's over there in the Philippines and nobody know much about him. But at 18, he had his first world title. I believe it was international WBC at that time. I may be wrong. And he went on to pile up more wins. Then he took another loss, got back up from that loss, and continued to win again. Now, my first time hearing about Manny Pacquiao, I was living in Arlington, Texas, working at Home Depot. Home Depot, Six Flags Drive is where it was at. There was an older gentleman who worked with us. And at the time, I was 23 years old. And he knew I was in the box. He said, "Man, you ever heard of Manny Pacquiao?" I said, "Man, I don't even know what you're talking about. Who is Manny Pacquiao?" "Man, a little Filipino guy, man, you never heard of him?" I said, "No." He said, "Hey, man, he's having a rematch with Eric Morales. You need to check it out. It's going to be, I forget, I think it was HBO, I want to say. Back then, HBO it was hot, man, for boxing." And I said, okay, I'll check him out. Man, when I seen Manny Pacquiao fight, I was just completely and utterly floored, man. I was like, this dude is crazy, man. Now he didn't have much finesse. He didn't have the best defense in the world. Manny Pacquiao was made to fight. He was made to be an offensive fighter. And he would fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. He didn't care. And when I seen him beat Morales, I tripped out. Heavy pressure in the house. What's good? Eye to eye. What's good? And that's when I first caught wind of Manny Pacquiao. Now, he started stacking up money. Actually, let me back up. He went to the United States, met Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is like, this dude. There's a rare occasion. Okay, you have fighters, right, that have power. Unbelievable power, who can barely touch somebody and knock them spark out. And then you have fighters that are so fast, they'll hit you 6, 7 times before you even turn your head. It is a very rare occasion that you get the two, power and speed. Now, you had that in Roy Jones Jr. You had that in Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. I would even go to say Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was fast for a heavyweight. But it was a rare occasion that you had the two. And Freddie Roach said, when I seen him, I knew it was all good. I knew right then and there he was going to be a world champion. He was the next Mike Tyson. He said, you never know when the next Mike Tyson will walk through those gym doors. And Manny Pacquiao was it for Freddie Roach. He was it. Now, Manny Pacquiao started stacking up money. Now we're going to start getting on the person, the man. Okay? Manny Pacquiao. And then we're going to get back to all his accolades and his goals that he has achieved and accomplished in boxing. As a person, as a man, Manny Pacquiao is... You ain't going to find too many people like Manny Pacquiao who has a heart for his people and he gives. This dude stands out on the street and gives away food, gives away money. I'm talking about cash, homie. I ain't talking about no gift card. I'm talking about cash money, just handing it out in the streets. You dig what I'm saying? To all the poor people in the Philippines. Not only that, he has bought thousands of homes for people in the Philippines. Thousands. They brought stacks of medical bills to this dude, and he paid them all off in full. There's a lot of people out there, oh man, if I had this much money, I'd do this, I'd help this, I'd help that. I don't know. That depends on your character. In my opinion, that depends on your character. People who say that and always got their hand out, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. People who don't have much and still willing to give, I believe it. Manny Pacquiao not only is a great fighter, he is a great person in general. In general. And to top it all off, he's a God-fearing man and willing to admit his mistakes. You know, Manny Pacquiao cheated on his wife and he admitted that in front of millions of people. He says, man, I got away from God. I was sleeping with women, cheated on my wife, but I had to get back, man. I had to get back to what got me to the position that I'm in. I love Manny Pacquiao, man. Through all the wins, the losses, the controversy, Manny Pacquiao is a class act. It's a class act. And not only that, he is set apart from every professional boxer in the world. And I'm talking about different eras, cut from a different cloth boxers. No one has achieved what Manny Pacquiao has achieved. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Held titles in 4 different decades. An 8-division world champion. You know, the only person that even came remotely close to that was Oscar De La Hoya. He was 6th-division world champion. Manny Pacquiao got him by 2. And by the way, he beat De La Hoya, a way bigger De La Hoya. Better than that, he beat a way bigger Antonio Margarito. And that win made him an 8th-division world champion. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, all the greats not achieved that. They didn't, and I'm going to go on a record and say personally that I don't think that there's going to be another fighter born on this planet that can achieve that. That's just my honest opinion, Manny Pacquiao. When I heard that he was retiring, it didn't surprise me. He deserved to retire. But it hurt me, man, because I wanted to see him go out with a win. But obviously, Manny Pacquiao feels like that ain't God's will. And he running for president for the Philippines. He'll get it. He'll get it. And run that country well, I bet. And run it well. It's reported that he made over $500 million in his purses combined. And they say that he gave away $300 million of that. I don't know what to be factual, it's just what I heard. Now, is that crazy? We got people out here that won't let nobody. You know what, man? I'm going to give y'all a little quick story. My daughter is a remarkable child. We'll be in town going around, and there'll be a homeless guy sitting there with a sign. We'll pass by, and my daughter's like, yo, I don't know why you passed by. You know, we got to go back and at least go get him something to drink or eat, Dad. Didn't you see that guy? Didn't you see that guy? Like, man, I'm trying to get to the academy, man. I mean, I'm trying to get me some plates so I can put on my freaking weight rack, you know? Let's go get him something to eat, Dad. And we go back, get him something to eat. We've done this multiple times, man, because of my daughter. Now, she has that type of heart. And there's people out there ain't even willing to buy somebody some food. And this dude that gave away $300 million. We ain't talking about the fighter. We talking about him as a person right now. But let's get back to that. Let's get back to him being a great fighter. Fought everybody. Fought everybody. Like literally. You want me to name some? I'm going to name some. Got it wrote down. Juan Manuel Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Timothy Bradley, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley, Keith One-Time Thurman, Marco Antonio Barrera, Antonio Margarito, Adrian Broner, and yes, Floyd Mayweather, who say that he's the best ever. Or he says that, self-proclaimed. You can't hold a candle to what Manny Pacquiao has accomplished. You know the main reason why Manny Pacquiao has accomplished these things, in my opinion, and first of all, he believes in a high power, God. Second of all, he wasn't afraid to fight anybody. He wasn't afraid to let his old go. He had already lost it, so he didn't care. So why not fight this guy? I could possibly beat him. All I got to do is get in the ring and try. He wasn't afraid to let that O go because his O was gone a long time ago. So that's the problem with boxers now, man. They got that O. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to taste defeat. But Manny Pacquiao at an early age dared to be great. He didn't care about losing. He knew it was a possibility. And if he lost, guess what? I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to come back stronger. And I'm going to beat you. Man, all those rematches he had with Barrera. Come on, man. Morales. Marquez. Marquez knocked him spark out, and then what did he do? He got back into it, got back to the gym, and fought a younger Keith Thurman. Adrian Broner. And won. And was in his 40s. Or right at 40. I was talking to my man, the boxing scholar. We recently started chopping it up. And I shouted him out here on my platform. Real cool dude. He's a real one. He's not faking the funk. He's not pretending to be my friend to try to come on and expose me for something that I'm completely not. He's a real one. And he said something to me. He said, the spirit is where the fighter is. I might have said that backwards. The fight is in the spirit. That's what he said. It's in the spirit. You either got it or you don't. Man, when he said that, it sent chills up my spine. If I had hair on my head, it would have stood up. Let's just say the hair on my face stood up when he said that. And I think that's the true definition of Manny Pacquiao. It's in his soul. That's why he was able to do it so long. It's in his soul. Bernard Hopkins, it's in his soul. Old school fighters, man, they fought up to their 50s. It's in their soul. You either born with it or you ain't. It is what it is. I like my man Manny Pacquiao. In my opinion, is that he goes down as one of the greatest fighters that ever graced the boxing ring. I put him up there with the old greats. That's my honest opinion. I've never counted Pacquiao out, even though he would fight people that I thought he would lose to. I never counted him out because it's Pacquiao we talking about. Pacquiao, man. A lot of people thought De La Hoya was going to beat the brakes off him, man. A lot of people thought that. At the time, I was the only one saying, man, Manny is going to beat this dude, man. They thought I was crazy. The same way people thought I was crazy when I told them that Lennox Lewis was going to knock out Mike Tyson. In Arlington, Texas, working at the Parks Mall at Sears. I'm sitting there scanning camcorders, arguing with people at work. Man, Mike Tyson going to kill Lennox Lewis. You crazy. And the same thing I said about De La Hoya and Pacquiao. Man, De La Hoya going to kill Pacquiao. You crazy. You can't count him out. Can if you want to, but it hurt me that he didn't go out with a win. But Manny Pacquiao done enough. There ain't nothing else. He didn't leave no stone unturned. And I doubt that there's going to be anybody on the face of this earth that can accomplish what he has. Manny Pacquiao is one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. A living icon. Let's get to the questions, man. I'm probably way behind. Appreciate it. Scholar in the house. That's my man. Manny schooled Oscar. You right. He definitely did. I'll be happy when we are not seeing Broner anymore. He's entertaining, his mouth, but when he gets in the ring, the entertainment stops. I say no to Pac as one. I notice you are overlooking Juan Manuel Marquez. The last fight they had was crazy. No, I ain't overlooking him, New York. I'm not overlooking him because he had Pacquiao's face down and booty up. Not overlooking that at all. Those are some great fights between those two. Your daughter is something special. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Mr. J. Allen. She is, man. She's that's my heart, man. Only in the Philippines you can have a 4th grade education and run for president. I didn't know that. I had no idea he only had a 4th grade education. He about to be president, though. I think, Manny is special. Just got here. Good evening, Real Talk. I agree. Manny is a legend, period. To top it off, he has been humbled along the way. Definitely, man. Definitely. I think Manny Pacquiao has always been humble. He got away for a little while, but he came back. But he came from humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? You like Arletta? I like her too, man. Miss New York ain't no joke, man. I want to meet her one of these days. I want to meet her. I'm scared of her, man. So what if he cheated on his wife? No one is perfect. Miss Arletta, you right. You know what? Let me say something, Miss Arletta. Oh, I'll kick the dang camera. I was having a conversation with some people at work, right? I have a coworker that messed around and fell into infidelity. And man, he fell hard. He fell real hard. And he was talking to me about it one day, and I said, listen, bro. I said, listen, you ain't no different from nobody else. You made a mistake. All right? There's a lot of people out here doing what you did that just ain't got caught yet. You know what I'm saying? So you are human. And as long as you in that flesh, You're going to continue to mess up, whether it's infidelity or whatever the case. Ain't nobody perfect, man. So nobody can look at you or look down on you and say, "Oh, see, you got caught cheating on your old lady, man. What's the deal?" Well, maybe you just hadn't got caught cheating on your old lady yet while you throwing stones. So, Miss Arletta, I commend you for saying that, because ain't nobody perfect. Nobody. You are right. He is a good man and great boxer with class. Thank you, sir. From fighting on the streets for food to survive to possibly president. Dude is special. Logic, you are right. Manny is a class act. 8 division champion will never happen again. Pacquiao's a legend. Ali legend is inside and outside the ring. Pac becoming a president of the Philippines should be up there with outside the ring accomplishments also. You are right, Logic. Tyson was super fast, man, especially for a big dude, man. Especially for a big dude. That was the fight that he refused to take the drug test. Which fight you talking about, Miss Arletta? Because I remember hearing about that too. You know, there was some controversy that came with Manny Pacquiao, but like you said, he wasn't perfect. I never was really a big Manny Pacquiao fan either, but he's great. Eye to eye, you're right. True class act, heavy pressure in the house. Pacquiao is one of the greatest. It's not debatable. Tim Z, you are right. Yes, he should, hands down. All right, I didn't have many. Okay, the second one, Morales fight. Okay. I knew it was one of them, but I wasn't sure which fight or which opponent it was. But I do remember that. I do remember hearing about that. But that fight was nuts. And he possibly could have been on something, but he didn't get caught. And I remember Pacquiao saying something about he was afraid of needles too. But hey, man, that's the boxing game. That's the boxing game. I remember saying in a video, some of our favorite fighters, might have been taking steroids and never got caught. But that depends on the person, and what they want to think and how they want to gauge it. If he did, he did. If he didn't, he didn't. But I know this: the dude, he didn't accomplish something that no other fighter hasn't and never will, in my opinion. But listen, this was a pretty quick live stream, man. I appreciate you guys coming on, man, and hollering at me. I just wanted to get on and bid my man Manny Pacquiao farewell in the right way. And I have a lot of respect for him, man, and who knows? You just never know. I mean, he's retired, but you never know. We might see him in the ring again doing some kind of crazy exhibition. Hopefully not, but you just never know. But in my book, Manny Pacquiao is the class act. He is one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. And Real Talk Boxing has a lot of respect for him. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight, kicking it with your boy Real Talk. Much respect, much love. I thank you. Till the next time, respect all, fear none. God bless. Real Talk Boxing. I'm up and I'm out of here, baby. Click, click, boom.